I noticed. K6USY 1079 and Bozo 1100 is somewhere off here as well. Oh, that was also me.
Well, I misread the clock.
Ah, okay. Yeah, I was about to call you, but yeah, I have not heard anyone else on frequency, so I was sitting here keeping it warm. Hello, Frank. I keep having to remind myself on Tuesday nights that I have to be writing people's call signs down.
Well, you only have one more week, huh?
Yeah. Hopefully Rob gets his extra tonight.
Well, I don't know where Frank has turned. I can't hear him at all.
I'm not towards you now. Can you hear me? I rotated your way, Mike. K6NYC, W6BDS.
Well, for some reason, my rotator says 97 degrees. I have no idea what it's doing over there. That's weird. Let me come around here to the Bay Area. I think Ron's going to be here tonight in a Tascadero. We might see if you can hear him, Frank.
Oh, yeah, I'll turn over there. W6QUI, W6QUI, W6BBS with K6NYC and the Bozo Net calling. Over. W6QUI, W6QUI, W6BBS calling for the Bozo Net. Over, Ron. Not a thing heard there, Mike.
Okay, AA6S, Alpha 6 Sugar, or WA6AAJ. Either one of you guys around this evening, K6NYC, Bozo Net.
I have not heard either of those guys yet.
I know, but I just thought I could roust them out. Well, let me see if Ron hears me. Sometimes he hears me. I don't hear him, with a difference of 600 watts to 10 watts. So let's see what happens. W6QUI. W6 Queen Uniform Italy, W6QUI, K6NYC, Kilowatt 6 Mike Yankee Charlie, K6NYC Bozo Net calling, W6QUI, W6 Queen Uniform Italy, W6QUI, K6NYC, and the group calling and standing by. Over, Ron. Okay, I don't know what's going on, but he ain't there. You hear anything, Frank?
Not a thing, Mike.
Okay, I'm going to go up and get then Tom, KW6S in Santa Cruz. Here we go. Okay, let's try for Tom, KW6S. KW6S, Santa Cruz, K6NYC in the Bozo Net. Over. KW6S, KW6S, K6MYC. Kilowatt 6 Mike Yankee Charlie, Bozo Net, calling and listening.
Yeah, I'm here. I'm not kicking the amp up very good, though.
Well, we're hearing you. Your voice sounds a little thin, but it's okay. You could fatten up your voice a little bit.
Well, as long as I can do that without doing it to the rest of me. If I retuned a little bit, this might be a little better.
Yeah, okay. You got to feed it some muscle milk there.
Yeah. Well, we'll have to figure the best way to do that. I'm looking to see if I've got something flipped on the radio here that I didn't know I did, but it looks like I'm pretty much together.
Yeah, I think I'm right on frequency. You could be a tad high by maybe 10 or 15 cycles, but not to worry. Anyway, good to hear you. We're a little bit light here today. We're not a lot of the regulars are not here, and we also heard from I think Sunday night that Ron was going to be here, W6QUI, but we're not hearing anything from Ron. We're not hearing anything from AA6S or WA6AAJ, who have a direct shot into his place there. But we can hear him a little bit. Frank can hear him. W6BBS can hear Tascadero from his place.
Yeah, I meant to listen to the 432 beacon today, but I just slipped away and I didn't even turn the radios on until about an hour and a half ago. So I guess probably an hour and a half ago I could have at least checked at that point, but I didn't. So maybe tomorrow I'll get to it and see if I can hear the beacon or not. K6MYC, KW6S.
Yeah, okay. Well, as far as I know, Frank's leaving it on starting at 7 in the morning and off at 7 at night. That's probably a little loose, but close enough. And let me ask Frank, because his wife was at the dentist today for a fairly serious procedure. How's Jen feeling this evening, Frank?
Well, she's in pain. They didn't offer her any pain pills or anything, so she's taking taking Advil. But she's okay. She's going to survive it. She's just hurting right now and being a little cantankerous, and so I'm just trying to take care of her.
Yeah, okay. I wonder why they didn't offer any pain pills. That's unusual for a tooth pull.
Yeah, in the past, I would go in and they would offer me, and I would tell them, I don't really need it. I've got some from last time or something. And boy, they always insisted that you took a prescription of Tylenol 3, and nothing for her.
Well, women are tough, men are wimps.
Yeah. Well, she was pretty tough until the numbing stuff, until her jaw, the numbness went away, and then she's been in pain. But she'll get through it. She'll be all right in a couple days.
Yeah. Okay. She probably won't go to work tomorrow either, will she?
Well, knowing her, she probably will. But it's going to depend upon how she feels in the morning when she gets up.
Well, let's hope she gets over it quickly. I'm sorry that they didn't offer her anything. It doesn't have to be a codeine or anything like that, but just a little stronger pill. Anyway, okay. Well, at least everything came out okay, ha-ha. Same with Ken. He had a gallstone, and it was in his bladder, though. It had moved to his bladder, and it was so big, he didn't know how it got in there. He says the doctor said it was too big to come down the urethra from the bladder, from the kidneys. So we don't know how the gallstone got so big in his bladder, but they had to go in with a laser and break it up. So they did that yesterday, but he was on here last night and sounded pretty good, so I guess he survived that pretty well.
Man, boy, him and them stones, that's just been trouble for him, every now and again, it seems like.
Well, both he and his doctor are scratching their head because he takes medicine for that. And the doctor was totally confused because he couldn't figure out how a stone that big got into the bladder and didn't come from the kidney. Or maybe it enlarged itself in the bladder. That's the only thing I can think of. But it was too big to go for him to pass, so it was blocking his passageway out of the bladder. Anyway, I don't know all the details, but Ken seemed to think that they've got it taken care of now. But the doctor and he were both scratching their head. What the hell's going on here? Anyway, let's see if there's anybody else. Doesn't mean to interrupt you, Tom, but I thought about Jen, Frank's wife there, and I was just concerned that she was okay. KW6 Sugar in the group, K6MYC.
Well, that was a lot better discussion than anything I would have had to contribute. I'm just barely here, Frank, in there. I can't make out a voice or call sign or anything. But, yeah, checking up on Jen is way more important than anything I'm going to come up with. K6MYC, KW6F.
Well, yeah, she's a good friend, and of course, got a call sign. She's a ham, for gosh sake, and 6BBS. So we gotta take care of our lady hams, like the new one over here. I don't know if you noticed, but Aaron, K6USY, who you can't hear most of the time, if ever, is the one that runs the streaming. Now his wife just got her license, and she's K6 Zulu Kilo Alpha, K6ZKA, and she is number 1100. Over.
Yeah, I heard you. Not necessarily. I didn't hear you working her, but I heard you getting her logged in either Sunday night or last night. I don't remember when, but yeah, it's always good to have a new ham, and just like to keep extending the family here.
Yeah. Put a few new ones in for the ones that we're losing on the other end, huh? Okay. Anyway, Tom, we'll let you go. I'll run up into the Bay Area and see who we have up that way. And the signals are very steady from you, not bodacious tonight, but certainly more than adequate, so we're in good shape here, I think.
Yeah, very good. Well, I should be around tomorrow night on 2 meters, so catch you then. K6MYC, KW6F.
Yeah, see if you can remember to take a check on the beacon. If you can hear the beacon, then it should be pretty close for Lee. And if he's got a half-decent antenna and feed line now, he should be able to hear it. And, of course, he knows he's heard it. I think he's heard the one on 2 meters. And that way, or if he hasn't heard it, he should hear it first. And that'll give him the absolute direction to point. So there you go. Good evening for now, Tom, and thanks for being there for us here on our short list so far. You're number 5 on the list, which is kind of rare. Anyway.
Yeah, I'm a little concerned about Lee's radio. It doesn't seem to be very sensitive on 432, so he may have an additional problem there. And hopefully we'll...
Here, W6PQL. Stand by. Be right there.
Measure his radio. I can send him a signal source that he should be able to have a certain S-meter reading on. So we'll keep working on that and let you get to the big area. K6MYC.
I pushed the wrong button. I'm sorry, Jim. I pushed the wrong button, and I went up to 300 degrees or 330 or something here. This should be closer to you. Let's see. Somewhere right about there is our normal heading. W6 Papa Queen London, K6MYC.
Oh, you're about 5 and 6 on this heading. You know, the band's going to move around on us a little bit, but it's good. You're well above the noise. I'm going to keep this short. I'm supposed to head up to Santa Barbara frequency in a moment or two here, so I'm going to go ahead and do that. I'll check back in with you later. K6MYC, W6PQL.
Yeah, Roger. We're very light on the roster tonight. You're only number 6 in here, so very, very light night here. Hopefully we'll pick a few more and before we're done. Okay, Bay Area Bozo Net, K6MYC, and the others listing. Go ahead, Bay Area.
Oh, good evening, Mike. K6MYC, K86SOK. Good evening, Mike.
Yeah, good evening, Fred. Pretty good signal. I bumped the antenna back just a little bit your way and even came up a little more, so good to hear you. Somebody was doubling with you in there, but I couldn't tell who the other station was. We'll pick them up in just a minute. But good to hear you, and it was good to have a nice discussion with you last night on 222, I guess. And that went pretty well. I was a little late getting started here tonight, but nobody seemed to notice. Nobody seemed to mind. When I came in here, nobody was here except Aaron, wondering where in the hell I was, because he runs the stream. And he can't make the stream come up until I get in the shack and turn on the radio. He can do everything else with the radio, but he can't turn on the power supply that runs it over.
Well, that's pretty funny. You know, I enjoyed the conversation also on 222, because that's the band that isn't going to want to use, and, you know, I can take my time and we can talk a lot. That's really great. Yeah, that was pretty fascinating that MFJ is going out of business, unfortunately. That's too bad. And yeah, they own Amatron and Cushcraft and High Gain. I wonder what's going to happen to all those antenna manufacturers, because High Gain and Cushcraft, they still sell a lot of antennas, don't they?
Well, I don't know. If they sell a lot of antennas, why is he going out of business?
Yeah, you said he was 80 years old and he didn't want to run the business anymore?
Well, he didn't have anybody to take it over, but he also said the business was damaged badly by COVID, whatever that means. We got some inside information from a fairly credible source that said it may have had something to do with the fact that he made everybody take the shot, the vaccination. It was a forced situation, and he's seeing the results of it. I talked to Phil in Twainhart yesterday, or this morning actually, and he said he's had a rotor back there for repair, a rotator back for repair, and it's been there for 2 years, and he can't get them to give him anything except that we have it, but we haven't looked at it yet. Over.
Yeah, that's terrible. That means they don't have hardly anybody working there anymore. That's really a shame. That's sad. Oh well, you know, it's just, that's what it is. It is what it is, unfortunately. So, yeah, I want to give you a good service. You're coming in really strong, good, and it's steady too. That's really nice. We had a beautiful day out here. It was gorgeous. A little bit on the chilly side this morning, and tomorrow's supposed to warm up. Anyway, Mike, it's always great to talk with you. So have a great evening, and I'll say 7-3, and let you carry on with the net. 7-3, Mike, 86, that's okay.
Okay, very good, Fred. Well, thank you for the conversation, and always good to talk to you as well. You have a unique perspective on things over there. You're short. You don't spend a lot of time talking about it, though. We can always use more chatter from you, but sometimes that could be overwhelming, but you're doing a perfect job checking in and saying what you got to say. Hi. Anyway, good evening to you, and we'll see you maybe Wednesday, maybe tomorrow night for a couple of quick minutes. 86SOK, K6MYC, looking for Bay Area check-ins to the 1296 net here. WB6JNN, KB6BA, K6KLY, KT2G. Who have we got here this evening? K6MYC.
WB6JNN and WFC's in here too.
Okay, I heard you, Jim, and I heard your comment about Whiskey Foxtrot Charlie. And I also heard Paul. Good evening, Paul. Let me put you on hold just a second, Paul, and get Jim in here. And then I'll see if I can move the antenna. You're not real strong tonight, Paul. Quite a bit weaker than last night on 222. So stand by, but we do have you logged in. So Jim, WB6JNN, I'm going to try and peek on you and see if we can't get a little more signal strength from your side there. 285, go ahead, K6MYC.
Okay, K6MYC, WB6JNN. you may have noticed, and because my daughter wanted to take a walk and I didn't notice the time, and so when I got back, you guys already were pretty much through. So anyway, that's why I wasn't on 220. But you're about a 7 to 7.5, something like that right now. Not as strong as I've heard you on this band, but still quite adequate, obviously. My noise level in this band is only S1, and that's too big. So good signal. And yeah, that's about it from here. D6J and then.
Okay, very good, Jim. No problem on last night. I was a little bit late for tonight as well. I misread the clock, and I thought it was 7:15, and it was way past that. I must have had read the wrong hand or something. Anyway, good to hear you, and I got you picked up pretty nicely. It was Q5, not bodacious, but quite readable without any fading. Band seems to be stable, even if it's not red hot. So thanks again for checking in, Jim, and of course we'll look for you tomorrow evening on 2 meters with a much bigger signal. Hi. Take care. Let me get it over to Paul first, to Paul, and then I'll try. I've got KB6 Whiskey Foxtrot Charlie signed in, but I'll see if I can hear you directly, Mike. So stand by a second. K6 Whiskey India Sugar. I'll peek on you if I can, Paul. Go ahead. K6 MYC standing by.
Yeah, thanks, Mike. K6 MYC in the group. This is K6 WIS aiming towards the Bay Area. We're just south of the Bay Area. There's some long QSP fading going on. You're a 553, a 5x3. How do you copy me? Over.
Well, you're 5 and 1 with very, very close to 4 and 1, but I've got you all okay, Paul. Do you have any other relays in tonight, or it's just you? Over.
Yeah, no relays, Mike. I'll bet you. Over.
Okay. Well, the band seems to be down by maybe 3 or 4 dB. Normally, you're a little stronger than you are here on this path, and some nights you're really strong. But it's not very strong from Jim on the flatlands, and it's not very strong on the bounce. So it's readable, so we can't complain. And it's very steady. There's no major QSBs and no major flutter. It's just flat. No sparkle to the band tonight. Hi. Anyway, Paul, I won't keep you. I appreciate you being there, and we will be up your way directly on the direct path. And if you're still around, maybe you can check in and see if we have any path through your dirt today. 73's for now, and we'll look for you tomorrow night, of course. K6 Whiskey India Sugar, Placerville area, kilowatt 6 Mike Yankee Charlie Bozo Net.
Yeah, K6 MYC and the net. This is K6 WIS. Yeah, your signal is holding steady. S3. There's a little bit of warbling and some Doppler shift, but that came strong again. So yeah, it's not a great signal, but it is workable. So thanks very much for checking me in, and I'll wish you guys 73s. This is K6WIS.
Okay, very good, Paul. Thanks very, very much for being there on a very short night here. Good to hear you. K6WIS, K6MYC. Anybody else in the Bay Area? We're missing a whole bunch of people in the Bay Area. Over. KT2G, KB6BA, K6KLY, WA6AXX. Let's see, who else? Nobody heard. Let me go up and see if I can get a signal to KB6 Whiskey Foxtrot Charlie. There we are up your direction, Mike. Let's see if we can hear you on 1296 tonight. KB6 Whiskey Foxtrot Charlie, K6MYC, calling and listening. Over.
K6MYC, K6MYC. This is KB6WSC. Whiskey Foxtrot Charlie.
it's about Q4 up, Mike. Just about the same as we would expect with the band being down just a bit. Not much fading, but only Q4 tonight. Another little bit of bump in signal strength, and you'd be Q5. You're right on the verge. The first part of your transmission was Q5, and a very, very slight fade of almost insignificant fade took you down to Q3, Q4 very quickly. So no margin at all, but thanks very much for being there and checking in, Mike. I appreciate it. KB6 Whiskey Foxtrot Charlie, Daly City, number 775. Go ahead, K6MYC. Wrap it up, over. Okay, 7-3, Mike, 7-3. Okay, on reading me on the stream. And you're as you can hear, you're pretty weak in the stream, but you should be able to hear your voice in there. Okay, let me see if Ken is in here this evening. I'm just about up to your heading, Ken, sorry. There it is. N6 Radio Oscar, N6RO, K6MYC.
6MYC, N6RO, how copy?
Okay, well, it's up and down, a lot of fading, but maybe I don't have the antenna quite on you. But good copy, it's stronger than most others here. The band's really kind of thin tonight. We just haven't had the kind of weather that I expect. It didn't get much warmer today. It was supposed to be 80. I'd be surprised if it even got to 75. But, I mean, it was a beautiful day, don't get me wrong. It just didn't get to the temperatures that I thought would be appropriate for their predictions. How was your day up there? N6RO, K6MYC. And I wonder what's happened to Steve. Boy, he just disappeared, man.
I'm not getting good copy, Mike. I'm not sure why, but I can hear you, and I get a word here and there. What was your last question?
Well, everything's working here. Yeah, I'm putting out about 600, so I don't know why you're not hearing me. I'm copying you fine. The last question was related to Steve. I wonder what's happened to Steve in W6SSW, over.
No, it's still a mystery to me. I don't know who his local friends are to find out if they know anything, but yeah, we say this nice warm day, and it was the same here, 80 degrees. And nothing else to report. Let's see you tomorrow night, probably very late because of the Wednesday night sprint. K6MYC, N6RO.
Okay. When I come through your area, if I don't hear you, I know you'll check in later. You could always even get me when I'm pointed up toward the Nevada. You came in beautifully the other night when I was pointed right into Nevada, so I don't think there'll be any problem hearing you when you do get ready to check in, Ken. Hopefully this is a little better. I bumped it back and forth, and I was a little bit too far north for you, and I bumped it back and got just a smidgen more signal from you. But you're very Q5, and there's a little fade, but it's nothing major. 7-3 for now. N6 at Radio Oscar, K6MYC listening, over.
Okay, yeah, you're louder now, Q5, and moving the meter just a little bit, which is all I can expect out of this low antenna. But I'm running about 400-500 watts, so that helps. We'll see you tomorrow night. If the sun don't shine, if the sun does shine, N6RO clear.
Okay. I'll see you one way or the other. Lord willing, and the sun rises. And the creek don't rise, though. Okay, see ya. W6SSW, Paul, Steve, by any chance are you home yet? From wherever you've been or whatever you're doing. W6 Sugar Whiskey, K6MYC. Wow, I wonder if he went to Russia and they kept him there. Holy cow. Maybe he's visiting the United Arab Emirates, where the founder of Telegram lives. Hi. Who knows? Must have been a better place to live than here, I guess. All right, I'm going to go up to Sacramento. Here we go. K6MYC toward Sacramento. Okay, KR6MR, Kilo Romeo 6 Mexico Romeo. KR6MR, Kilo Romeo 6 Mexico Romeo, K6MYC. Kilowatt 6 Mike Yankee Charlie calling. KR6MR, Kilo Romeo 6 Mexico Romeo in Monte Vista, or not Monte Vista. What is it? Damn it, I forgot the name of the place. Mona Lisa. Not Mona Lisa. It must be Monte Vista or something close to that. Anyway, let's see if we can hear you tonight, John. KR6MR, K6MYC, calling and standing by.
Yeah, Meadow Vista, K6USY.
Thank you, Meadow Vista. I knew it was wrong. Well, maybe we can try for Dan. N6RZJ. Bump it a little bit more for Dan here. N6RZJ, N6 Radio Zanzibar, Japan. N6RZJ, K6MYC, calling and listening. Are you there tonight, Dan? He surprised the heck out of us last night on 6 meters. I don't think we'd ever worked him on 6 before. There he was. N6RZJ, 1296, the band you own, K6MYC. N6RZJ or K6 Whiskey India Sugar for a check on this path, Paul. I should be pretty close to your direction. Wonder if there's any copy from you on me this evening. K6 Whiskey India Sugar, K6MYC, over. Wow, nothing. Well, let me try again. KR6MR, KR6 Mike Radio. KR6MR, KR6 Mexico Radio. KR6M. Trying to read what I'm putting down here. Well, that's pretty close. Should be right on, John. KR6MR, K6MYC, calling and listening. Not even an airplane reflection from Meadow Vista. Oh boy. N6RZJ, last call, K6MYC. K6 Whiskey India Sugar. Go ahead, Paul. Now let's try K1YQP. We haven't heard Fred forever, but maybe he'll surprise me. K1YQP, K1 Yankee Queen Papa, K6MYC. Fred, are you there? How about KE6 India Lima X-Ray, KE6ILX, KE6 India Lima X-Ray, Grass Valley. Surprise me, Jeff, K6MYC, calling and listening. I guess it's harder to run mobile on 1296. Okay, Big Blotto. Let's see if we can squeak something out of Nevada. I don't even have 10 check-ins here tonight.
Well, if you want 3 more, write down KM6SRR, KC5DTU, and I'm sure Ken's laid up in a bed somewhere, but you can always write in WA60YB.
Yes, I could. And I don't know where K6BBG is tonight.
Yeah, last time I heard him was on Sunday. But yeah, with the 3 missing people that were doing the class and everybody else, I'm at 14. Oh, and we got a comment from KR6MR in the chat. He could hear you, but I'm assuming we couldn't hear him.
Okay, I wrote him in. I had him written in, but I crossed it out, but I'll undo that. And I'm glad that he's at least trying reading us on the stream anyway. That's good. Okay, well I've got KC5DTU. Put his number in here, 712. WA60YB 226 and 432 KM6SRR. And Dave, K6BBG, where are you? That's unusual. Okay. I guess we'll just go up to Nevada. If I was going to get N6RZJ, he should be in there by now. How about it, Dan? Okay, nothing from Dan. We've got one coming here, KW6T. If he can ever get up on the roof and pick up the feed line right, and he'll be in here. I'm sure we can usually hear him, but he's been very busy lately and has been very inactive here. KW6T, K6MYC.
Oh, there's Mike. MYC, K6MYC, KR6MR. Do you copy?
Yes, I do. I copy you. KR6MR Q5 for a moment there. K6MYC. Good to hear you, John. Over. That was quick. Did you hear him on the stream, Aaron?
Oh, yeah. I definitely copied his call sign and heard him in there. So, well, John, if you're still listening on the stream, we did hear you.
That was pretty amazing.
That might have been an airplane.
Well, that's what we were hoping for. We'll take them any way we can get them.
Yeah, planes, meteors, scatter, who knows?
I think he needs to go down in the valley below him from Monte Vista there and float a big Mylar balloon up just above him. Over.
Yeah, get a bunch of helium.
Something. Who is that? Is that you, John? Who is that talking? Is that John Case, Mexico, Italy, or who was talking here? Over. Did you hear that, Aaron?
Yeah, that was only on your rig, so that was not K6MI.
Yeah, there you are. Now you're very low in frequency, Paul. See if you can come up on the frequency here. K6WIS, K6MYC, over. K6WIS, K6MYC, over. K6 Whiskey India Sugar. We had good copy, but you were, maybe it was Doppler. That was probably Doppler that I heard on the, somebody's flying around in your neighborhood there, Paul. K6WIS, K6MYC. I need to have them fly back and forth between John and his place, and we'll be all right. Okay, I'm not hearing anybody else. I'm going to take one more standby, guys. If there's somebody in there, come on in now. Make noise, make noise. K6MYC, Bozo Net. Over, over. I'll be darned. I can almost imagine a voice in there. You know, the guy we haven't heard for a long, long time, and he's got the capability, but something's going on there in his life. As KA6NBC, he's got more than enough capability to get here. But he's just been getting worse and worse signal strength-wise as he was trying. But I don't know what's going on there, but because he's got good antennas, and I think he had some tower problems, and who knows. KA6NBC should have been in here many times, but he isn't. There's 2 or 3 others up there that used to check in, not necessarily on 1296 here, but from that area up there. And they've disappeared. W6 Delta Echo November used to be in quite regular. He had a moon bounce set up, and he had the array working pretty well on the horizon, and then he just disappeared. I'm making chatter just so you guys can tell I'm here. Standing by for anybody. Over, over. Well, I guess we're not going to beat the dead horse anymore, Aaron. Let's go to Nevada.
Yeah, it's about time for that. Anyways, it's 8:22 already.
Oh, are we? Oh, geez, I missed the 8:05 window. Damn it. All right, Larry, let's see if we got anything from you, or I think Daniel's not going to be there tonight. Just Larry tonight. N7 Whiskey Tango, N7WT, November 7 Whiskey Tango, N7WT, K6MYC in the Bozo Net, calling and standing by. Sorry we're late. Over. No, Larry checks the stream, so he knows we were late. N7 Whiskey Tango, N7WT, November 7 Whiskey Tango. N7WT, K6MYC. If nothing else, maybe you can check in on the chat room. N7 Whiskey Tango. N7WT, N7 Whiskey Tango, K6MYC. I'm sure making power because I can see the lights flicker slightly. N7WT, N7 Whiskey Tango, K6MYC, calling and listening. Not a peep at the moment.
Oh, and I was going to say earlier when you were talking to KW6S, I have talked to Tom before, but it was one night on 432, and that's the only time I've been able to make it over to Santa Cruz.
Yeah, I thought you'd worked him before, but I didn't think you'd worked him on 1296, so. Anyway, yeah. I thought you'd worked him, but I wasn't sure. Only he would know. And you, of course.
Yeah, I'd have to turn the antenna to work them on this band.
Yeah, something like that. Well, you're sure good when I'm pointed north. That's not amazing. A backscatter signal's the best of anywhere.
Yeah, I still find it very ironic that this is my best band, considering, this is the band I have the least amount of power on, but it's all pointed in your direction and bouncing off the Sierras.
Have you got one of the little 13-element things?
Yep, fixed mounted up on the pole in your direction, and I even trimmed the tree that was starting to block it.
Well, I'm always amazed because, KT2G has one also with 10 watts, and I work him all the way from Los Altos. So I'm just stunned how well that little rascal works.
Yeah, and I just kind of, eyeballed it between a couple trees across the street, and I haven't had to mess with it.
Well, it's working. You're feeding a woo at 50, 100 feet of LMR 400 or something?
40 feet of LMR 600.
Oh, okay. Well, then you're probably getting better part of 6 watts up there. That's good. The way it's working. And it's amazing what you can do with a little power and some directivity, isn't it?
Oh, yeah, most definitely.
Well, let me call Larry one more time. Otherwise, I think we can call it for tonight. It doesn't look like he was either there and left, or he didn't get there at all. N7 Whiskey Tango, N7WT, case MYC, Central California. Calling and standing by. Over, Larry. Usually, if Larry starts to hear us, he'll break in on CW. But I haven't heard a peep of CW here.
Yeah, I haven't heard or seen CW because, even if someone else is talking, I can still see the CW show up on the spectrum scope.
Yeah. Nice to have eyes.
Well, that's why I sit here with 2 monitors. I got your radio up on one screen and mine up on the other.
Yeah, you're multitasking your eyeballs, huh?
Oh yeah, bringing in all the information.
Hey, I got a question. Are you familiar with Apple phones?
Yep, I've used the iPhone since the second generation one, like over 10 years ago.
Okay, well, I've got the version where it's a little button at the bottom and you push and you get Siri. Now, mine's working. We finally got all the bugs out of it. We got the speaker working. We got it talking to me. Siri, the lady, it talks to me and give me confirmation that she's calling the number I've asked for, et cetera, et cetera. And the only problem is we can't seem to get the damn ringtone right. Every time we get a ringtone, it gives us some other ringtone. I want just a classic old phone, like a big bell ringer, that rings a bell and you can hear it a mile away. I can hear that, and that's a tone that's familiar to me, and it's different enough from anything that happens while I'm riding a machine or doing chainsaws or whatever that I would recognize it. But the last one that came through when we called up ringtone, classic old ringtone is what it's called or something like that. Judy tried to save it and went out, and it came back with some goddamn thing I've never heard before. Ding dong, ding dong, ding dong. Never even heard that one and anybody else ever using it.
Yeah, it's interesting. Yeah, because there's the normal just like ringtone setting, but I know there's a way to like set individual ringtones on individual callers, which you probably don't have enabled. And then of course there's also different like focus modes, like do not disturb and other things that I think can also change it. But if you haven't, if it's a new phone and it shouldn't have any of that other stuff set up, you should just be able to just set the ringtone and it should just work.
So we set the ringtone to something, and it's come up on 3 different ringtones, but not the one I want. We get it to ring normal when we have it in the test mode. You go down there, and she says, that's the one you want, and it plays, rings twice, and yeah, that's it. And we've done it 2 times now, and then we go back. Like tonight, she went in and she says, God, it isn't even there now. It's not even being offered at the moment. What, does that make any sense?
No, that doesn't make any sense. Yeah, that's one of those things that you know, if I had the phone in front of me, I'm sure I could fix it in 10 seconds. But yeah, because I know there's the standard list of ringtones, and then all the way down at the bottom, there's like a classic menu, and then they got a bunch of old ones that they've held over. But yeah, you should just be able to pick what you want, and it should just work.
Yeah, according to Frank, if you get it on and you hear the one you want, you ring it. Oh yeah, that's the one I want. You just get out of settings and you've got it.
Yeah, so there's something else set up weird that's probably causing it to not do what you want it to do.
Yeah, well, we looked at airplane mode, not in airplane mode, and not in quiet mode or anything else. There's not there were 3 or 4 weird little functions that you could do there. I like the one that Ken uses from time to time. Whenever his wife calls him, it's like a fire alarm going off. And it's the wife! It's the wife!
Yeah, I've heard of a lot of guys using that one with their wives. It's pretty funny. I don't know. My phone at 90% of the time is on silent, and I wear an Apple Watch, and it just taps my wrist. So, you know, even if the phone's on the other side of the house, I'd still know if I got a notification or a phone call because it just makes my watch go off.
Yeah, I don't wear a watch, nor do I have one. When did I stop wearing a watch? Many, many years ago, like 25, 30 years ago, I quit wearing a watch. I had to have one. When I was at work, I always felt like I needed to know what time it was and stuff. And then one day I said, I don't need this anymore. I said, I'm working 24 hours a day anyway. What difference does it make?
Well, Mike, looking at the comments here, if you go back to the Bay Area, we got KT2G in there. So if you can slide back to the Bay Area and pick him up, K6USY.
Okay. K22G, you're coming up. We're coming your way, buddy. Here we come. Maybe. Why isn't this thing... Nothing's changing here. Here we go. Here we go. Okay, this should be pretty close to you, Mark. Hope. KT2G, KT2G, K6MYC, over.
Good evening, Mike. KT2G.
Yeah, we've got you. Give me your number. I want to say 831, but that's probably not right.
It's 863.
863. Boy, I don't know what it is about that number. It just does not stick. Anyway, how are you doing? We called earlier. I figured you were home, and I called and called, but obviously you weren't in the shack at that time. Good to hear you, and thanks for putting the note on the chat room. That helped, because otherwise we might have either overlooked you or made you wait. K22G in Los Altos, I think, K6MYC.
Yeah, indeed. I could hear you calling Nevada. I didn't know if you came over through the day. I joined late. But, yeah, thanks for reading the comments and turning the antenna down. It's hard for me to be on time in the evening. Anyway, good to hear you, Mike, and you're coming in strong.
Yeah, no good. No worries about being late. I don't care when you check in, Mark. I don't have late or early. I'm the only guy that has to be on time. And I was about 5 minutes late getting in here tonight. Or maybe more than 5. I misread the clock, and when I went to dinner, I thought I had a half an hour and only had 15 minutes. So it was almost 20 minutes to 8 before I got in here, or something like that. Anyway, I don't normally do that. I'm usually ahead of time by a little bit, and I'm sure Aaron, who runs the stream, was just about to pick up the phone, and all of a sudden he saw my radio turn on, I guess. But Aaron, to your comment, you could always pick up. I had the phone sitting right next to me at the dinner table. I'm starting to get the people that are fixing it for me are now confident that I'm not going to screw it up, and they're leaving me have it now from time to time. I'm like a kid. I'm now 4 years old, and I get my own phone. Over.
Oh, there you go. There you go. Well, soon you will have your own car.
Yes, I will. I'm going to buy a new car. Even though I can't drive, but I do have a partner now that can drive. So we're going to get wheels before too long here, over.
Well, that's good to hear. Yeah, I have a 16-year-old son. He's been wanting a car for almost a year now, and I keep delaying, but at some point I need to give up.
Yeah, well, I'm vacillating between. The biggest problem that we have is if we find a car, we can't go look at it. I have to make an appointment, and then I have to hire a driver, and then we have to go look at it. So it's quite a hassle to buy a car here. And so I'm probably going to be subject to the best I can do with the one or two choices I'm going to have when I get into town. Take it or leave it, buddy.
There's those websites nowadays called like Carvana and others. They actually, you can see it online, they bring it home, you like it, you keep it, otherwise you have a few days to return it.
Oh, okay. Give me the name of the website again. You're very light at the moment, and I didn't get it. Give me the verbiage again.
Yeah, so the site is Carvana. Charlie Alpha Romeo Victor Alpha November Alpha.
You're too quick for me. I didn't have a pencil ready. Just a second here. Okay, try it one more time. Spell it. And it's what is it? something.com.
Yes. So it's www.carvana. That's Charlie Alpha Romeo Victor Alpha November Alpha.com.
Okay, and what does that do? They bring the car to you?
Well, you can search, right? It's mostly used cars. I don't think they do new cars. It's mostly used cars, but most of them are dealers, right? And yeah, you see it. You can check the options, the mileage, and if it has warranty or not. And then if you like it, they either you go and pick it up somewhere, or they even bring it home. I understand.
I see. Okay, is this used cars, right?
It's mostly used. I never look for new cars there. They might have, but I know they have used cars.
Okay, well, we'll give it a try. The other one that seems to be quite good is Facebook Marketplace. But we haven't, I've only had watched my sons use it, and it's very quick, and there was lots of cars that looked like they were appropriate for what we were looking at, and the prices was good. But I don't know whether the cars were anywhere near where I was at. I don't know whether they picked a locality or just general, just to get pricing. So I don't know whether I could have purchased any of those cars, because they may not have been within a couple 100-mile range of me here, over.
Yeah, that's the thing, right? Facebook Marketplace, it's like a big Craigslist, right? They can be anywhere, and you don't know what state they're on, so I mean, what condition they're in. But with Carvana, I'm not saying you're more sure, but they give you many more details than Facebook Marketplace. And in many cases, you know, if it's not worth it, say if it's a lease return, they might even still have some manufacturer warranty there. Over.
Okay, well, it sounds interesting. Maybe we'll take a few minutes this evening when I get off the net here and go in and do it. Thanks for that information, Mark. Listen, I won't keep you. I know you've got other things that probably are more important to do in the background there. But thanks very much for being here. What's your next, how long are you going to be home here? Can we expect to be hearing you on the net before you get away again?
Yeah, I'm here this week, and then it's North Carolina next week.
Okay. I know don't think my 2-meter system can reach North Carolina.
And for sure I cannot bring a beam on the plane. But like I said last time, maybe I'll bring my HF. I'm tempted, depending on what kind of hotel I'll be staying. I'll try bringing my 20-watt HF and a wire. Let's see if I can tune something up. I'm curious.
Well, I'll tell you what. Let me give you my home phone. I'll give you both the phone and the cell phone and the home phone. And then when you get there and you want to test, I'm usually here. You know, it's very rare that I'm away from the house. And I'm also have 2 radio stations that I can get on. Most of the time I would use the big station. 20 and 40 and 15 are always available, so is 10 meters. 20, 40, 15. Probably 40 would be not too good for you with 20 watts, but 20 meters, 17 meters. I don't have 17 hooked up at this point. I've disconnected it, and I've got the 15-meter beam on that feed line, but there's not much difference. So if 15 is working, we could try that. Anyway, you take a listen when you get there and see what you're hearing, see what kind of propagation you think you have, and then give me a call. I'd be happy to get on even in the middle of the day, unless I'm right in the middle of cutting a tree down or something. I should be able to run in and give you a contact for at least 15 or 20 minutes. Over.
Yeah, let's try that.
Okay, here's the numbers. It's area code 559 in both cases. 559. The home phone is 822-6202. 559-822-6202. And the cell phone is same area code 559-994-5105. 994-5105.
Roger, I copy them loud and clear. I won't repeat them, but I have them now. I'll put them in my phone, and I'll give you a ring in case I'm able to set something up. Thanks, Mike.
Yeah, well, remind me at the end of the week when you check in. I think maybe you'll be on 432 on Thursday. Just remind me that you're heading out and about what day you might be, where you want to give it a try. Not that it's going to make much difference, but most of the time I'm here, like I say. Thanks, Mark. I'll let you go. We'll check for any other check-ins to see if Jim, W6PQL is here. He should have gone up the band to work W6QIW in Santa Barbara, but we'll find out if he did make a contact or not here. K22G, K6MYC, 73 for now, Mark. Thanks for checking in.
Thank you, Mike.
Okay, Jim, are you here?
I got some news, Mike.
Okay, go ahead.
KM6SRR is now stroke Alpha Echo.
Wonderful. How about the other boy?
Well, I was trying to get details on everyone else, but Rob's already in the car driving home. He said there was 8 or 9 people there tonight taking tests, so hopefully we'll get some good news from the other people. But at least I know from Rob that he is now an extra.
Oh, wonderful. That's great news. Okay. Glad it was worth all the effort of going in and missing the very important nets here and stuff.
Well, he would never hear the end of it if he didn't.
Well, I don't know.
You missed how many nets and didn't pass the test?
What was the question?
No, I was just saying we'd give him a hard time of how many nets he missed if he didn't pass.
Yeah, for sure. Okay. Let's see. Is there anybody else in the Bay Area, since I'm pointing that way, for late checks or missed on 1296.1 K6MYC Bozo Net standing by.
CW.
he's going to CW, but it must be very weak over there. Let me get the antenna right on him here. 280. .287. That should be as close as I can get, Jim. Just give me Rogers or negative NO if you did not work. QIW, give me Rogers, over.
Oh, you're fine, Mike. When you turned the antenna in the right direction, everything was okay. But no, Steve was not there. No Steve tonight, over.
Oh, okay. Sorry about that. Well, that's the way it goes, but thanks for checking in anyway. We have been talking to Mark here, KT2G, for a few minutes, killing time, and then we stood by for you, and you weren't quite back yet. All right, let you go. I think we've closed the net. We haven't had any other breakers or anybody else come in here. I don't know where Ed is tonight, but and I missed KB6BA, K6KLY. Did get Whiskey Foxtrot Charlie, got him in here. So we didn't do too bad, over. Roger. I might be losing power. No, everything looks normal here, so I guess it's just the band collapsing on us. 73, Jim.
73, Mike. Yeah, we had some rapid fading there. But see you later. K6MYC, W6PQL, off and clear.
Somebody else on CW. Listen up, guys. Who's the CW? Who is the CW? Go ahead.
No, that was me, Mike.
Oh, that was going on while you were talking. Oh, that was playing back. I see. Okay. I got it. I was reading the stream on your side. Okay, Jim. 7-3. We'll see you tomorrow night. W6PQL, KT2G. Anybody else? Closing now. K6MYC. Good night, all. Thanks, Aaron.
Yep, no problem, Mike, and we'll catch you tomorrow night on 2 meters.
Will do.
Alrighty, and good night to everybody on YouTube. K6USY DMO6.